All right, so this is the Core i7 12700K Alder Lake CPU. Now, this is the CPU that I bought for my wife's new gaming PC. I picked this one specifically because Alder Lake was the most current generation at the time. It still is at the time of recording this. And the i7 12700K would provide, it should provide more than enough power. I really didn't need an i9, so we were looking at the i9, and it's just really unnecessary. It'd be nice to get, a higher end CPU, but there's just really no need for it at all. We technically probably don't even really need an i7, but we wanted to make sure we had more than enough power. And but an i9 would be serious overkill, and there was enough of a price difference that we would just kind of be throwing away. I think it was a couple $100 or so big enough price difference that we didn't go with the i9, and it just felt wasteful. So I actually wanted this specific i7 because I wanted a built-in GPU so that I would be able to run it without a GPU. I didn't want a separate graphics card initially. Eventually we're going to add one to the system, but right now the system is not going to have a GPU just to start. We wanted to be able to get the system built and up and running without having to select a GPU, and we wanted to be able to run without one. It's just a nice thing to be able to do, and we can always just add one later on. So that was a consideration that's something that we had thought about. If you want to see where you can pick this or any other parts I used in this build up, just check the link in the description. Also, you might want to check out the video of the full build. That link's also going to be in the description, so check that out too. So specs and details. So the key things are that it's it's 3.6 gigahertz, it's 12 cores, 8 performance cores, 4 efficiency cores, 20 total threads, and I believe that's because the performance cores have 2 threads each and the efficiency cores only have 1 each, which adds up to 20 total threads. And the socket type is LGA 1700, and there's no heatsink included. Definitely make sure you're aware of that. You're going to have to buy something separate. I bought an AIO water cooler from MSI, which worked out great. So those are the key things worth being aware of. Now let's talk about the specs a little bit. So I'm just going to go over some of these specs. You can check the link in the description. I have my spec sheet, and also I have another link from there that points to the actual official Intel specs. So let's see here. I'm gonna go over these real quick. A lot of these aren't really relevant. Like the lithography is Intel 7, but that probably doesn't mean a whole lot to most people. So yeah, total cores 12, as I mentioned before. 8 performance, 8 efficiency, 20 total threads. The max turbo frequency is going to be 5 gigahertz. The Intel Turbo Boost Max 3.0 frequency, also 5 gigahertz. Performance core max turbo frequency 4.9 gigahertz. Efficiency core max frequency 3.8 gigahertz, and performance core base frequency is 3.6 gigahertz. And the efficiency core base frequency is 2.7 gigahertz. If you want to actually look at those in a chart, just check the link in the description. If I don't have those updated on my document, I'll also have a link to the official Intel specs that just lists these out in a nice pretty looking table. Now the cache is a 25 meg Intel Smart Cache. The total L2 cache is 12 megs. Processor base power 125 watts, maximum turbo power 190 watts. And what else? There's a few other things on here worth mentioning. Max memory size is going to be 128 gigs. Memory types would either be DDR4 or DDR5. And 2 maximum memory channels. 76.8 gigabits max memory bandwidth, and ECC memory is supported. So The graphics processor that it comes with is the Intel UHD Graphics 770. The base frequency for that is 300 megahertz. Max dynamic frequency is 1.5 gigahertz. Graphics output is a EDP 1.4B or DisplayPort. So I guess that's. We also have DP 1.4A and HDMI 2.1. Any case, 32 execution units, max resolution on HDMI of 4096 by 2160 at 60 hertz. And for DisplayPort, that's going to be 7680 by 4320 at 60 hertz. Max resolution on DisplayPort, integrated flat panel is going to be 5120 by 3200 at 120 hertz. It comes with DirectX support, OpenGL support. DirectX 12, OpenGL 4.5, multi-format codec engines, Intel QuickSync Video, Intel Clear Video HD technology, for whatever all that's worth. Supports up to 4 displays, which is pretty nice for a built-in GPU that's built into your CPU, and it has OpenCL support as well. Now, expansion options. So direct media interface revision 4.0, max number of DMI lanes is 8, scalability is 1S only, PCI Express revision 5.0 and 4.0, and configurations could be up to 1x16 plus 4 or 2x8 plus 4. Max number of PCI Express lanes is 20. Let's see, so the package specs are going to be, so sockets supported is FC LGA 1700, which is basically, for as far as I understand, it's basically the same thing as LGA 1700. It has a slightly different manufacturing technology, but it's basically the same thing and compatible with anything listed as LGA 1700. At least that's my understanding of it. Max CPU configuration 1, so it supports, in any case. Thermal solution spec is PCG 2020A, and package size is 45 millimeters by 37.5 millimeters. All right, so it has a Gaussian neural accelerator, thread director, deep learning boost, Optane memory supported, speed shift technology, Turbo Boost Max technology 3.0, Turbo Boost technology, hyper-threading technology, Intel 64, instruction set 64-bit, instruction set extensions are going to be, Intel SSC 4.1 and Intel SSC 4.2, Intel AVX2, supports idle states, enhanced Intel speed step technology, thermal monitoring technologies, Intel volume management devices. For security, it's going to have vPro platform eligibility, vPro enterprise platform eligibility, threat detection technologies, or TDT. It's going to have active management technology, AMT. It's going to have standard manageability, or ISM, one-click recovery, hardware shield eligibility, Intel AAS instruction set, secure key, Intel OS guard, trusted extension technology, execute disable bit, Intel boot guard, mode-based execute control, or MBEC, control flow enforcement technology, total memory encryption multi-key, total memory encryption, Intel IT Platform Program, or SIPP, virtualization technology, so with redirect protection, so that's a VT-RP, and you're going to have your virtualization technology. It's going to have your VT-X and your virtualization technology for directed IO, VT-D, and you're going to have VT-X with extended page tables, or EPT. So a lot of stuff there, a lot of it, some of it's a lot. There's a lot of stuff that you probably don't care about or doesn't mean a whole lot to you. A lot of buzzwords and like brand words and stuff like that. But some of that stuff actually is important and worth being aware of. But a lot of that stuff is expected to, like your virtualization technology and some of your security technology, like XQ bit disable is actually a nice security feature. And a lot of that virtualization technology, if you are virtualizing stuff, that's great to have and great to know about. Did not really come into play in my build though. So that's about it for specs. I kind of went on and on there. That's really the type of stuff you want to read, in a table. So check the link in the description, but that's about it for specs. If you want to see where you can pick this or any other parts I used in this build up, just check the link in the description. Also, you might want to check out the video of the full build. That link's also going to be in the description, so check that out too. Go ahead and hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss out on our other great videos. We have a lot of great stuff we put out already, and we have a lot of stuff coming up soon. So definitely hit the subscribe button and also hit the little bell icon. Otherwise, YouTube's not going to alert you when we come out with a new video, and you're not going to want to miss these. We put a lot of other great content out. This includes hardware, software, networking, servers, coding, electronics, single board computers, 3D printing, robots, and a ton more. Also, leave a comment down below, not just for me, but for the next person who watches this video. If you know something that I don't know, or you have any comments, questions, criticism, whatever you want to say, just leave the comment down below. Hopefully you found this video useful, or at least interesting. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.